Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I got something very exciting. But the interesting thing is, I don't know what this video is gonna be as of right now. So I decided that I have really bad decision making skills, so I decided to create something that's going to help me create fun and interesting content, because here lately, I'm gonna be honest here, my inspiration has come way down. I'm going to be introducing the inspiration jar. Pretty much what this is I put a bunch of little tiny video ideas on the little tiny, like, I guess what you'd call cardstock that I got from, of course, Office Depot. And you're gonna shake it up really good, and I'm gonna draw one out on whatever it is I'm going to do that video. So let's get right into it. This around just a little bit more. Now I'm just going to draw one out of the jar. Okay, now I'm going to put this down so I can read what this says. Do a game review video. So, okay, I'm going to be picking a game, and I'm going to give it a review, and then, yeah, let's get right into it. The game I'm going to be reviewing today is a game called Until Dawn. It came out in 2014, just for PS4 only. I am going to say that Until Dawn is in my top 3 favorite games, because it's just such a good game, and I'm gonna explain why I think that. So when you first enter the game, you kind of get to see, I guess, the last year, so like what happened to Hannah and Beth Washington, which is one of the main characters, Josh Washington. That is his twin sisters. So basically, spoiler alert, if you haven't played this, I would watch out in case you do want to play, because it's a very awesome game. Not sponsored at all. But pretty much, one night as they're going to their parents' like lodge up in, like, I think it's northern Michigan, I think, and they go up, like, Josh's parents own like this huge mountain, and it's huge, okay? And so one night, Hannah and Beth are out in a snowstorm, and as they left the lodge, because Mike, who I find out is kind of a player, I mean, he's kind of, that's how he is in nature. He decides to leave a note for Hannah, who has this huge crush on him, and he knows that. Everybody knows that. I mean, it's kind of obvious. And so he decides that it would be great to have a prank on her. However, she doesn't take it too well, and Sam doesn't either, resulting in Sam getting mad at Mike and everybody else involved, which is pretty much everybody except Sam, Chris, and Josh. So, well, and Beth, of course. So Hannah and Beth run out into this huge snowstorm. It's like a full-on blizzard, and they're up in these huge, like, snowy mountains. It's like dead of winter, and they end up falling off a cliff. Now, it doesn't matter what choice you make, they both die anyway. But as you find out later, spoiler, that Hannah actually survived the fall with many broken limbs and injuries like that. And as we later find out in the mines, of course, that's where they fall. They end up falling. That Beth actually died in the fall, but Hannah survived. And you end up finding a bunch of clues, which is, this is really graphic, but Hannah actually ends up finding Beth's head, and Sam ends up finding, sad and terrifying, she finds Beth's like homemade gravestone made out of wood, and it says Beth, and it's been carved. So clearly Hannah was the one. And if you play out all of your choices correctly, then you'll find Hannah's journal that she wrote in it whenever she had first fallen, and she's like, kind of telling you like what's happened, and then eventually she of course goes into Wendigo transition, which, you know, isn't good, like, at all. So over the course of like a couple days, she starts getting hungrier and hungrier, and she has to eat her sister. So that's pretty terrifying. And as we later find out from the weird flamethrower guy who supposedly owns this mountain, not the Washingtons, he ends up telling the rest of the group who have, well, if you kept them all alive, unless you're some like weird evil person who just wants to kill everyone. But anyway, so he tells them about this curse, and that if anybody on that mountain resorts to cannibalism, which is eating your same species, so like a human eating another human, which is exactly what Hannah did with Beth, then that they will turn into a Wendigo. Now, if you make the wrong choices in the chase with Emily and the Wendigo, and Emily gets bitten, you will have to choose whether to shoot her or not. Now, if you chose to shoot her, then I got some bad news for you. If a Wendigo bites you, it's not infectious like some zombie virus. It's actually just a bite. So, if you did shoot her, unless you just wanted her dead, then bad choice. So pretty much that's kind of like what happens, and we end up finding out all of this stuff. That's pretty much the twins storyline. I mean, of course, I'm not going into deep detail because otherwise it makes the video way too long, because I played this game 20 million times over and over and over. Like, you can ask everybody who knows me, like, that they know that I love Until Dawn, because it's so that horror cliche. One of my favorite things about Until Dawn is that it knows it has all these really common horror cliches, and they accept that. And they're like, yeah, it's got cliches, but like, it's still good, and the jump scares are good. Now, I'm not saying all of them are good. Some of them were just total whack, and you know it. But, I mean, the first time I played it, I was genuinely terrified about every choice I made. I thought it had like this huge impact, and not all of the decisions do that, however. But I know that there is an instance, like, I think it's like chapter 2, and in chapter 6, it has like this epic, like, fallout. If you make the wrong choice, you can end up like killing a character, and it's really, really kind of terrifying. So you really have to watch what choices you do make, and you gotta, you know. Another thing that I love about Until Dawn is that the storyline is so complex. Like, there's the twins going missing, like, that is just a terrible thing. And then you add on top of that the Wendigo storyline, and about how all that started, which leads into the 1952 storyline, and you find out more about that when you play as Mike in the sanatorium, which is, for some reason, on this mountain with a lodge that apparently I don't even think the Washingtons really knew was there, or they did, but that's not really like laid out for you, like in the whole game. It's just kind of like you make assumptions on that. And then, of course, there's the flamethrower guy, who is still kind of weird. I mean, even if I play like a million times, I still think, that guy, there's something wrong with him. And then, of course, the fifth, like, I guess, major storyline thing that's like, kind of ends chapter, I think, episode, like, 5, I think. And anyway, you find out that, spoiler, Josh is the maniac, and he set up everything. So that title of the clue section is called Mystery Man. So you end up like trying to find clues, like in the early chapters, about who is this guy, and like he set up wanted posters just to make sure that everybody was kind of like already on edge as soon as they got to the lodge, and like everything was built up. Like, he had planned this clearly for years, at least a couple months. Like, this had to have been a big old plan. So yeah, I do think that it has really great storylines. The characters, I feel like a couple of the characters are kind of two-dimensional. Like, I feel like Ashley is kind of like that. She really, the whole game is kind of fragile and shy and kind of, I don't know. I feel like Ashley's kind of wimpy in some ways. Like, she's always kind of clinging on to someone like throughout the whole game. I'm just kind of like, grow up, girl. I know that, like, it's a horror game and she's terrified, but I'm just kind of like, every other character is fine. You are fine too. Just read, man. Okay? You got this. One of my favorite characters is, of course, Sam. I love Sam because she is, like, really sweet. Like, throughout the whole game to everybody. Well, unless you, I mean, play her and you make really dumb conversation choices, like snooping into someone else's bag in episode 1. You know who you are. And also, I mean, she's also very charitable and honest, and I like Sam. Like, she's that person that you want to be when you're older. Well, and now. I feel like she is what the world needs now. So, the best parts I will say about Until Dawn is the graphics. The graphics in Until Dawn are absolutely crazy. That they're just, like, incredible. And then, of course, all of the choices. There aren't a lot of games other than, I mean, there are a couple games that do have, like, choices. Like, I know Heavy Rain, which I actually haven't played. Whoops. And I love all the cliches. I know that's kind of like a sin in a game, but Until Dawn really kind of pulls them off really well. I really enjoyed the whole game. Also, of course, the storyline. They had great plot, character development, not with every character, but with the ones that counted. And then lastly, I'm gonna say that Until Dawn has everything a horror game should have. I mean, you can't have a horror game and it not have cliches. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just shit facts. This is my first game review, so I'm gonna start this, like, I guess, rating out of 10. 0 being, this game absolutely sucks, please stop playing this, it needs to get banned in America forever. 10 being, perfect, I loved it, the best game ever, like, please make a sequel and a prequel and a pre-prequel and just keep going, because it's so good. Now I'm gonna give this game, I need a drum roll, an 8.9. Let me know down in the comments if you like Until Dawn, or like what your opinion is of the whole game and stuff, because I really want to know, because I'm interested in hearing other people's opinions. Also, please don't roast me, because I love Until Dawn. I am openly in love with Until Dawn. So I'm gonna have to end this video right there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel down below. Also, please let me know if you like these game review videos, because I got a couple more games I'm just eager to review, because I love them. And I'm also gonna probably be doing some makeup reviews too, because I do try new things too quite a bit, so I'm interested in doing those. If you guys want me to, then I will gladly do those. Until next time, bye! Woo!